Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Omicron variant of SARS-CoV-2 has now been detected in 38 countries. But the World Health Organization says no deaths from the variant has been logged yet. The body adds that it may still take weeks to determine how infectious the variant really is, but they still warn the public to take the proper precautions as Omicron is seen to cause more than half of Europe's infections in the coming months. The Philippines is set to receive some 4 million syringes for COVID-19 vaccinations. Recall that the health reported that there was a shortage of a 0.3 ml syringe that is used to administer vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna. According to the National Vaccination Operations Center, these syringes form a part of the 44 million syringes procured by the country through the United Nations Children's Fund. The COMELEC says the new petition logged against the candidacy of Bongbong Marcos will undergo the usual process like other petitions. But the Partido Federal ng Pilipinas disowns the petition, calling it a black propaganda. Gerald De La Peña with the story.
Presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos may end up running as an independent candidate. That's according to COMELEC. Spokesperson James Jimenez said this will be the case if the commission rules in favor of the petition to declare Marcos Escona as null in light of the disqualification case filed by Abubakar Mangelen. This will still undergo the usual process just like other petitions filed before the COMELEC.
Magkakaroon tayo ng summons, magkakaroon ng opportunity to answer, and then preliminary conference, etc. Pero wala pang nangyayari sa ngayon.
National Commission on Muslim Filipinos Commissioner Mangelen also claims to be the sitting chairman of Partido Federal ng Pilipinas. This is why Mangelen questioned Marcos's PDP chairmanship as he did not sign the CONA, and he is also not a member of the party. For its part, the PFP regional chairpersons call the petition as black propaganda and a publicity stunt. They claim that the petitioners know that Marcos is unbeatable in the upcoming elections. PFP Secretary General Thompson Lanchon said Mangelen is no longer the chairman of the party since last September. However, the COMELEC said that Lanchon's statement will not be used for the petition.
Whatever anyone else says, right? If they're not part of this case, then doesn't really matter. The partido which is not part of this sagutan between them says, ay hindi na namin tao yan si Mangelen. It's irrelevant to this case.
This will only be used by Marcos against the petition. If COMELEC decides to disqualify Marcos, PFP can still file a substitute until the day of the elections. But it should still be a Marcos, following the Omnibus Election Code. The camp of Bongbong Marcos said they are ready to answer Mangelen's petition. They said that there is nothing wrong with the PFP's decision to declare Marcos as their standard bearer.
No one was ousted or there was no hostile takeover of the party. There is nothing irregular with what transpired during the party convention. So I do not know where the guy is coming from, but when you look at the allegations contained in the petition, it's all the same.
Marcos's camp also answered the certification, which showed that the presidential candidate did not pay the fines for his tax case conviction.
We have complied and we are very confident with our answer as submitted before the Commission on Election. Now, if they have other issue or matter that they would like the COMELEC to take up, then it is within their legal right to do so. But we have complied.
For News 5, Gerard De La Peña, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Team Philippines has bagged 2 medals at the 2021 Youth Asian Para Games in Manama, Bahrain. Ariel Joseph Aligarbes won the gold in the S14 100-meter butterfly event in swimming, while Ron Russell Mitra took home silver in the 400-meter T20 event. This already exceeded the country's medal haul in the 2017 Para Games in Dubai, where Philippines only clinched 1 bronze. Aligarbes and Mitra are among the 20 athletes representing the Philippines in Bahrain. Actor Alec Baldwin denies responsibility for the fatal shooting on the set of his movie Rust, which killed cinematographer Halayan Hutchins. MJ Marfori has a story.
Through sobs, actor Alec Baldwin denies responsibility for the fatal shooting on the film set of his movie, Rust. In an exclusive interview with ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos, he said he did not pull the gun's trigger during rehearsal. The incident killed cinematographer Halyana Hutchins. He also added that he was following instructions in the final moments before his prop gun went off.
I might have killed myself if I thought I was responsible. I don't say that lightly.
Emotional Baldwin then expresses admiration for the deceased crew member.
She was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired. Honestly.
2 crew members, meanwhile, have filed civil lawsuits against Baldwin, the producers, and others for negligence and lax safety protocols. For News 5, MJ Marfori, we are One News.
Hollywood action star Sylvester Stallone is now showcasing another artistic pursuit as his artworks are on display in a museum in Germany. Marty Bautista has the rest of the story.
Hollywood actor Sylvester Stallone is most known for his action-packed movies, but he has also been painting since 1966. He has now put up some of his artworks on display at Osthaus Museum in Hagen, Germany. The show, entitled A Retrospective on the occasion of the 75th birthday, featured more than 50 of Stallone's works.
It's really interesting about prejudice. Very hard to change people's brains, but by being invited to a place like this, very special, very unusual. So I think that celebrity thing is going away.
Stallone says he had turned to art as a form of therapy.
I never in a million years thought this would happen. I just painted for myself as opposed to going to a psychiatrist or talking to people and getting them bored. I thought, okay, let me start painting. And then it started to take on a life of its own. The brush pulls you.
His artworks will be on display until February 20, 2022. For News 5, Marty Bautista. We are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 2 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.